Let's do this again. Jack Pilgrim, Brandon Garrison / Ramsey, Jacob Polacheck, and Zack Geoghegan here to celebrate a big-time Kentucky victory over the Oklahoma Sooners. Thank goodness. About as good as it gets, folks. You wanted Kentucky to just take care of business. They did that and then some in a blowout fashion to move to a, what's the record off the top? I don't remember off the top of my head.
17-7?
16-7.
Kentucky is 17-7.
17-7 and 7-3.
I think so.
In the 16-7 and 7-3 in the SEC.
Whoopsie.
Feeling very, very good, winning 7 of the last 8. Jacob, you got to get down to talk to the players. This is the Brandon Garrison show. All eyes on Brandon Garrison.
Brandon Garrison was awesome tonight. We got the full Brandon Garrison experience. He even got his one fight in at the end of the buzzer within the last minute. Got that great dunk at the end. Brandon Garrison was awesome tonight. I'm going to get down there, but shout out Brandon Garrison.
Agreed. Totally agree. All eyes were on Otega Oway, Brandon. How things went for him last year, averaging 27.5, 2 game winners. So you knew he was going to bring the edge. But I'll be honest, I just didn't expect that from Brandon Garrison. It was his best game as a Kentucky Wildcat.
Yeah, sure, let's take it. I mean, you really just can't say enough about the way he played. Like, he also had 3 assists, 11 rebounds. Like, this guy was the complete package tonight. And, you know, it's one of those things, like, we've wanted to see it for so long. We've seen the glimpses. We've never seen it all come together like it did for him tonight. And to me, just overall, it was such a good win for Kentucky. You needed to come in and really take care of business tonight. Everybody talked about this being the proverbial trap game, coming off of a very emotional road win, looking forward to a big emotional game on Saturday. You had to earn that right to play that game on Saturday by winning tonight, and you did that in about as methodical and, like, you know, thorough of a fashion, quite frankly, as this team is probably capable of. Like, they're probably never going to be the team that pulls away by 25 and wins a game, just not in their DNA. But this team took care of business tonight. It was great to see.
Outside of the Brandon Garrison show, Zach, it was the Otega Oway show. Again, shocker, stunned. I'm telling you, I'm stunned. He is now second behind Antonio Reeves for 16 20-point games as a Kentucky Wildcat in the SEC. And Antonio Reeves had 19 in his Kentucky career. So How about that for Otega Oway?
Yeah, man, something about the state of Oklahoma just pisses off Otega Oway and Brandon Garrison to the point where they play the best basketball of their careers. And I guess that's awesome. Like, that's what you want. So Otega was great. He came out definitely with a little bit of an edge, a little bit of a fire to him. A couple of missed layups early on, a couple of missed layups by a lot of guys, actually, kind of in that first half. But he was great. I think he was 3 for 4 from 3 as well, Otega was. He was just really locked in on this game, especially on defense. I thought he was doing a pretty good job. Other than his gambles for those steals, didn't get his pick 6 this game. But I thought he was great all around. New haircut as well, so he was really feeling himself for this one. He said, you know what, I'm gonna really show out against my old team here. He must hate Porter Moser, and thank goodness he does, because he's a lot of fun to watch when he plays Oklahoma. And then Brandon Garrison, obviously from Oklahoma, so this game went to Oklahoma State, so they were his rivals, so he had a little bit of an edge to it as well. Made sure to get his technical foul in there at the very last second.
1.4 seconds left on the
literally
clock.
At the very last second. So impressive stuff from Brandon Garrison, and he earned that technical too. Like, when you play 20 points, 11 rebounds, your first ever double-double as a Wildcat, probably his best game in college ever. What did he say? I don't know what he said. He was probably trying to be funny, but most people aren't funny. So, yes, great game from the 2 Oklahoma haters.
Somebody who is gaining confidence by the day and playing just unbelievable basketball in general, Colin Chandler. He is, like, when he's playing with confidence, he just kind of starts doing things and like, hey, I'm going to take a little bit out of my bag here, or take a little bit out and just test himself. And it's very cool to see him kind of unlock new parts of his game. But just in general, Brandon, it's his level of confidence to be a shot maker and, you know, just do it all dagger thrower for the Kentucky Wildcats that I'm growing more and more confident in to be a guy who can win you games in March as the season goes on.
There's a really smart guy on Twitter that's known for saying "shoot 'em all, Colin," and I think we saw some of that today. I mean,
Jacob Polacheck.
He just, yeah, exactly, Jacob Polacheck. No, I mean, this guy just keeps knocking down big shot after big shot. The way he's shooting the ball over the last week or so is a big reason why Kentucky's winning games the way that they are. He's even, as Jack said, he's kind of pulling something out of his back, hitting a couple of those little tough turnarounds inside, which you start doing when you're a 40% three-point shooter because people close out on you differently, and then you're able to use your athleticism and get in there. I just thought that, throughout this game, you saw different guys step up in some different ways. Obviously, BG, obviously Colin, Otega getting 24, like, you almost just kind of write him in for now at this point in SEC play. And then, honestly, I thought, even though the defense took a while to get going, like in that first half, they were doing a really good job on number 1 Brown and number 9 Pack. They kind of neutralized them early. I know Brown got going in the second half, but really I thought that Kentucky did a good job of making those other guys beat you. And like over the course of 40 minutes, they were never going to be able to beat Kentucky. So I actually thought that probably deserve to give Kentucky a little more credit defensively than what they're going to get this game. But going out and scoring 94, that's what you need to do to beat teams you're better than, like Oklahoma, and we did that tonight.
To your point of making other guys beat you, Tay Davis had 9 points like within the first 3 or 4 minutes for Oklahoma, only finished with 16. So it was kind of if you want to try and beat us, Tay Davis, go right ahead and we'll let that happen. And obviously that was not going to happen.
Other storylines of the game, Denzel Aberdeen gets an elbow to the eye. Thing gets like swollen shut, misses basically the entirety of the second half.
Weird. Shocking,
that
right?
was weird, but does come back and play, so we don't have to add him to the injury report, Stephen. I know you're jonesing for it. We don't have to add him.
He was trying to update that graphic.
Don't have to add him to the injury report, but anything else, any other funky stuff that we need to do? Oh, number 1 player in the country, CJ Rosser was in attendance. Very good one for him to see, but anything else that jumped out at you?
Yeah, he was in a boot, which is just like, man, even the recruits that come to Kentucky are just
He's already in uniform.
not even committed. He's already in a boot. So, but yeah, so Denzel hit a logo 3 as well. He was on fire early on. So was Yelovich hit a couple of threes early on.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so great stuff from them. Colin Chandler nearly literally flung an 80-foot shot into the basket. And like, I think he had just hit one like maybe a minute before a 3. So Jack and I were like, that shot might go in. So just barely grazed the rim on that one. But there was one other, I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to mention here, but I'm losing it already. I know Kentucky dominated the glass.
Crushed them on the glass.
41-25,
awesome.
massive. There was a point in the second half where Brandon Garrison literally looked like he was playing with children out there. Well, that sounded wrong, but he was playing amongst children out there because he was just so much taller and grabbing every rebound, playing great basketball out there. Sorry, I know that was inappropriate. It was really just impressive stuff from Brandon Garrison, and he didn't make any of the normal mistakes, I think is the big thing for him. Like, there was one time he pushed it in transition, and I think he ended up getting a bucket off of that. Like maybe he missed it and then got a putback off of it. But there was 2 or 3 other times where he pulled it out and said, here, I'm going to give this to the guard. We're going to run our offense and go through that. So, and there was even a stretch in the second half there where Oklahoma was pushing and pushing. They got it down to 8 with like 4 minutes left, and then Kentucky bounced right back up to like 13 or 14 points. So it did get a little testy at the end there just because Oklahoma was making a lot of shots. They shot like almost 60% from the field in the second half, but Kentucky was just on fire. 12 for 26 from 3 out the whole game. Like it was just great free throws as well. Great shot making all around from Kentucky in this one.
Brandon, this one was just about surviving and advancing, win the game and focus on what's next. How impressed were you with the inability to make this a focus on the trap game and fall for the trap? And how much confidence does this give you going into a big emotional game, the rematch against Tennessee, the Denham game, the 96 reunion, all of the extra stuff that comes with Saturday?
Yeah, I think it just takes a lot of pressure off of you for Saturday. Not that, we're ever going to be happy losing to Tennessee at home, certainly with the Denham and all that kind of stuff coming in, but it allows you to, I think, play a little more free, have some fun, and let this atmosphere be raucous on Saturdays. I have a feeling it's going to be for an 8:30 tip. And yeah, to me, this proved that Kentucky, like, they're not the bad team that we thought they were a few weeks ago. They're not a team that's going to miss the NCAA tournament. Like, these are the games that you have to win and have to prove yourself in order to go win some of those quad one games. And I thought they did a great job, trap game aside. Like, they pretty quickly showed, like, hey, we showed up again today. And to me, like, so much of that Arkansas game was about effort, about concentration, about urgency. And I wanted to see them show some toughness by bringing those same things tonight. And I thought they did just that. And yeah, to me, this win was exactly what it needed to be. It wasn't always the prettiest. It wasn't always perfect, but you never felt like Kentucky was going to lose this game. There was never a point where I was very concerned that Kentucky wasn't going to win. And quite frankly, we haven't been able to say that a whole lot this year. So to me, that deserves to be celebrated. It's not easy to beat an SEC team by 16 points. We did that tonight. Now let's go beat the heck out of Tennessee.
Nice.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Shout out to Friends of Cole. I appreciate for them always keeping the lights on. The lights were very bright for the Kentucky Wildcats, and they thrived in them. But also, shout out Parlor Pizza, because they're going to be able to give us our Parlor Pizza player of the game. And
Shout out to Mark Pope's daughter, who just returned from her mission trip. And Pope is like, I think she just landed or was about to land in 15 minutes at LEX, so he is gone already, probably already on his way there. So thank God they won, because that would have been weird if he didn't do the post-game interview.
I'm out.
And he just left. But they won by a lot. So yes, big shout out to her and the Pope family for all that, and hopefully everything went well there.
Jason Hart on post-game press conference duty, and Mikhail McLean on post-game radio duty. So I'm thrilled to hear from them. We never get to hear from them.
It's like listen to Chin and Kenny Payne out there. Let's bring them out.
So it's just like an Arkansas game. So with that, shout out to our friends at Parlor Pizza. Make sure you go check them out. Multiple locations in Lexington, Louisville, and soon to be Richmond. Who would be we all have to pick 3 different ones. Who is your Parlor Pizza player of the game?
Well, there's 3 obvious choices here, and I picked Otega for the MVP coming in, so I'm going to stick with him for my number 1 MVP here. 24 points, like we said. Great overall game from him, just very locked in, both ends of the floor from start to finish. Like I said, it's something about playing Oklahoma that really just gets this guy in a good groove. But also, this is just kind of who Otega Oway is right now. He is just a 20-point-per-game scorer. It might not always be pretty how he gets it, but he's going to get 20 points, and he is, is it a hot take to say he's firmly in contention for SEC Player of the Year?
Sure.
He's probably in the top 3, top 5 candidates of that award right now. So he's playing great basketball. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Brandon Garrison will be my Parlor Pizza player of the game. Just out of nowhere, Malachi has been playing such consistent basketball that anything BG gives you is just icing on the cake. And for him to go for 20 and 11 and play just out of his mind, get the energy plays without being too chaotic, but also just giving you just enough to, really kind of it's the Oklahoma game for BG. You love that. But man, he was just a menace around the rim and finishing well and just did everything that you ask of him, especially given his role. Man, I think it was the best performance of his 2-year Kentucky career, and I hope he can continue that. Yes, indeed.
There we go. Got some fun. We got some excited fans going by. Number 1.
Parlor Pizza Player of the Game, Colin Chandler. You left me with him.
There you go.
I believe somebody said it was career high, 18 points. Is that factual, or
I don't
is that
know for sure,
fake
but that
news?
probably is.
Okay. Well, let's go with it. 18 points, career high, 4 of 8 from 3. He is now over 40% on the season from 3-point range. That means you are a shooter. Shoot them all, as I say. Colin Chandler, 3-topping Parlor Pizza Player of the Game.
He's the pepperoni.
Chandler's the pepperoni?
Yeah, he's the pepperoni. Otega's the no. We'll say Otega is the pepperoni. We'll say hot honey is Brandon Garrison because he's fiery, and then banana peppers maybe for Colin Chandler because he's got a little spice to him,
Oh, this is ridiculous.
I like banana peppers on my pizza.
Life is good when the Kentucky Wildcats win.
Pepperoni too.
Took care of business against the Oklahoma Sooners. Now it's time to take care of business against the Tennessee Volunteers. For Jack, for Zach, for Brandon Garrison / Ramsey, and for Jacob, who is hopefully talking to the players down low, getting some juicy quotes from Brandon Garrison. Man, I can't wait for post game today. So appreciate each and every one of you, and go Cats.